welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Banshee Cup Qualifier number 4 lower bracket matchup of the Swedish Pensioners versus the Space Goofs. And we are getting into map number 1 in this lower bracket final, best of 3 matchup. This will be Inferno Shrines map number 1. We got some housekeeping beforehand to do here, and that is going to be to remind you all that if you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to follow and support the stream further if you are able to do so or would like to do so. Every little bit helps us out, as it's always much appreciated. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube page. All YouTube videos will have additional spree foiler time, so that way you don't know how long the series go. So all best of 3s are an hour and a half, all best of 5s are 2.5 hours. Hopefully that clears everything up for you as we are getting into the draft. We have the Meta Madness style of draft, so heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of 3. And this will also be heroes that are banned at the top of the screen. Do not add to that list. So either way, we have all heroes up and available from the tournament, as there are no tournament baseline bans. There's no like Anduin perma ban for the entire tournament. It's not like Sylvanas is banned out or anything like that. So we'll see what teams want to go into. It is, as I mentioned, the lower bracket final. 3rd place, or excuse me, if you lose this, you take 3rd place and get 6 points for the overall standings, as there are the 6 qualifiers and you're looking to build points per qualifier. 2nd place takes 7 points, and 1st place will take 10 points. There's no bathrobe and bratwurst this tournament, so there's a chance for one of these teams to pick up 10 points, because otherwise, honestly, bathrobe and bratwurst, I mean, they've already qualified. They'll probably play in a couple more qualifiers just to make sure they confirm the number 1 seed, I would assume, but who knows. Diablo will be your first pick on the side of Swedish Pensioners. Space Goofs, how do they want us to answer into this? Johanna Hager, Lucio Brightwing banned away. Blaze is going to be grabbed here. Is there an early Genji? Are we going to pick up an Anduin? Maev. Alright, so Maev is going to be grabbed. She'll be able to control quite a bit of the team fight. You have Blaze with Jet Propulsion, AoE stuns. Oh, so Diablo and what to be grabbed? Could go into an early Malfurion. Could look at a Stukov. Still gonna wait on the healer then, okay. Still could be, like, honestly, an Anduin ban is not bad from Space Goofs. Genji plus Anduin would be really good for the draft of the Swedish Pensioners. Actually, that'd be fantastic. A Genji or an Anduin ban would be nice here. Granted, Space Goofs do have 1 pick after this ban phase, so gotta consider what they don't want to deal with, and they're gonna get rid of the Junkrat, okay. No poking from him. Get rid of the harassment, his steel traps, Riptire, all that good stuff. I doubt we ever see Rocket Ride. Ban phase or ban wise, same sort of situation. Maybe target the Genji, maybe get rid of the Anduin. Not sure what they really don't want to deal with. Okay. Tyrael banned out. I mean, they could go into... Actually, this actually does look reminiscent of the Hammer composition from the last best of 3. So the Tyrael is going to be a ban, as... Yeah, that was actually a really good composition. That was like Cursed Hollow with a Sergeant Hammer, Tyrael for the speed boost on the Hammer's Hover Siege and stuff. Are they still leaning into that Hammer? It's going to be Vala Uther, and they can flex on the last pick. They could pick up a secondary support. They could pick up a main tank. Not sure. I guess secondary healer. They could pick up a support. They still could pick up like Zarya or Medivh. Honestly, Zarya might not be too bad. Kind of like the idea of a Zarya here. Speed barrier and stuff like that. Last 2 picks on the left-hand side. Need that. Honestly, like Genji Anduin would be killer for the Swedish Pensioners, but they're going to go into a Mephisto Ana. Okay. Nano boosted, so nano boosted Mephisto, obviously really good. Nano boosted Hanzo can be a thing, but nano boosted Diablo with Lightning Breath is kind of funny, so we could see something like that. Our right side pick. What are we going to round out this draft with? It is going to be the main tank of Nubrak. Okay, so Yasuo, or excuse me, the Uther is just going to be solo heal Uther. That's all right. That's not too bad of a draft from either side. Let's go ahead and swap over to our casting screen, and let's get into our prediction, everybody. All right, as we load on in, we'll introduce our teams and all that good stuff. Are the sharks chewing on the internet cables? What's going on? There we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the best of 3 series for the lower bracket final. On the right-hand side, it is going to be your Space Goofs in the red with a Nubarak, Sai playing Maiev. We'll see a Yasuo on that Uther, X-Ray to play Vala, and Dequaza on the Blaze. On the left-hand side, we have got a Swedish Pensioners. We have not seen them yet. They've been waiting, watching. Good luck, have fun, Ren. We have a Max Passion Leoric, Gia to play Hanzo, Skog on Diablo, Make on Mephisto, and of course, we'll see Banana on the Ana. They want to take this real quick with that Banana Ana. We also will see a target practice for the Hanzo. Nice's Memento on the Maiev. We'll have Nerubian armor for our Nubrex, so maybe full W build for him. Auto attack build on the Vala. She's going Kree to the Hunter, so we'll keep an eye on all that. Silver touch for the Uther. Skull missiles on the Mephisto. The scaling on that in the 13-16. Actually, the Horrid Skull level 13 is huge for Mephisto. Might go into Shard of Hate. We'll see what the Mephisto player wants to do. Simple start here for both sides. Also, Ana will go into Contact Healing Biter Grenade level 1. Alright, with that, you know the dealio, chat. We'll roll out our prediction as these teams are going to get into their double soak duties, and we'll see what our first objective phase looks like in 2 minutes, as it will be a Mortar Punisher. Let's go ahead and start out that prediction for all of you lovelies at home. Shadow Charge in from Diablo. Little Fire Stomp onto the enemy as well. No level 4 yet. We have Consume Vitality for the Leoric. Could be Neil Peasants level 1 or level 4. Might be. We've been seeing a lot of Paralyzing Rage at level 4 for Leoric to increase that slow from 40 to 60%. Blaze scouts out the camp on the left-hand side. Maiev is using Nice Memento to finish out the right side, and the pressure seems to be applied from Space Goofs. And the Swedish Pensioners, they back away. No, Leoric makes the rotation in. It's a full 5v5. Vala vaults in. Maiev is here and ready to go. Biter Grenade going out from the Ana, getting some decent healing. Denial. Vault of the Warden from Sai gets a huge heal from Uther, but is it enough? A nice stun and an impale, but it's not gonna save Maiev. First blood does go over to the side of Swedish Pensioners, as we have no believers on the Swedish Pensioners here if you want to throw some points on them for that kill. So it's Maiev going down. Alright. Blaze soaks up the top lane. Leoric makes some double soak into mid to push this up faster as well. He is going to go into Neil Peasants, so that's Mercenaries and Monsters will have additional damage, but hitting them also activates the Skeletal Swing cost cooldown. Hitting them activates Skeletal Swing's cost and cooldown refund. Sorry, God, my brain. I thought I was more awake than I am, but apparently not. I need to chug more tea. Soul Shield proc right there. Nubrak throws an Impale down. That Mortar Punisher's up and available. Vala with some multi-shotting out. She did go into Arsenal level 4. So you get that mana back, but you also have that range increase, which is kind of which is really nice to poke at this objective phasing. So like that augment at level 4. Oftentimes, if I'm not mistaken, it's Hot Pursuit. Hanzo with the explosive arrow, only 1 stack so far. Tries to poke onto Dayquaza here. Meanwhile, we have a Nubrak with a flank. That's going to be a Burrow and Impale, focusing onto Banana, but no allies around to get a kill. Yasu will be scouted out by that Sonic arrow. Sleep Dart thrown out by Ana. Slows down a Nubrak. Meanwhile, Vala's just on the objective. She's already halfway through. Or nearing halfway through. Another Sleep Dart going out. Skull Missile gets a free stack off of that. Frost Shade at level 7 for the slows on the... It's just Skull Missile? Lightning Nova and Skull Missile. Jet Propulsion from Blaze says hello to Diablo as a Biotic Grenade connects onto our Nubrak. He's getting a little bit low. Make and Mephisto jumping in. Decent damage. X-Ray picks up the first stack of Kree to the Hunter. X-Ray is just like, I can power through this damage. I got Uther right next to me. Hanzo, Leoric will go down. Vala has to back off. She does tap well, it looks like. Soul Shield proc by Diablo. Dayquaza going to go pressure him in top lane. But this is objective phase over to the side of Space Goofs. Nicely done. Make is going to try and poke in here and there and pick up an extra stack, but it won't be much. So Mortar Punisher first, gets the jump over the wall onto Mephisto and Diablo, but there's no subsequent threats to deal with. Let's cycle through those other numbers as well, get an idea of what the damage healing experience looks like between these two teams. Diablo's going to get chunked a little bit here. Punisher gets one more jump. Vala picks up a few more free stacks off of that. Keeps that hatred going, but the mid lane fort drops near 50%. Diablo Shadow charges in. That was suicidal, Skog. I don't know about that Shadow Charge. What was the intention? I mean, how is your team gonna follow you? I'm sorry. That was confusing. Cocoon onto Mephisto. Stun follow-up from Uther. There's an oil slick underneath from Blaze, slowing him from getting out. Vala drops the double Rain of Vengeance, and Mephisto is unable to get away. He goes down. The fort will fall as well. Next Punisher frozen in the top lane. Leoric does smash a wave into that fort front gate, but that will be that. Stun, vault in. Vala continuing to chase on the max passion here. Someone in YouTube or Twitch chat's like, see, if she took Hot Pursuit, she could have sustained the chase and would have been able to get more free stackage. Granted, she would have never gotten a kill, but it would have been, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 more stacks. Meanwhile, she rotates to bottom and will continue to auto-attack into Skog here. Hanzo, by the way, is level 1. He's hit every enemy hero once, but he still has to get those extra hits. Let's see. Blaze needs to get hit twice. Oh, there you go. Blaze and Vala need to be hit. Vala once more, Blaze twice more. So he's not too far off from finishing out that questing talent. Nubrak is going to move out of the bush as Diablo Shadow... Excuse me, Flame stomps in, and Nubrak is going to get pushed off the point. There's Endurance of Hate connecting onto him. Diablo steals away the camp for free, and Nubrak has to burrow charge out. Granted, Vala will clear this out on the... No, she won't, okay. What's up, Kaladin? How you doing, bud? Alrighty. Well, we're just waiting for Frozen Punisher to activate. Should be in just a moment here. Nubrak goes looking for a burrow charge on a Max Passion, who answers back with a Drain Hope. 13 talent here, slowly but surely coming in favor of the side of Space Goofs. And with that Punisher up and available, I don't know. Alright, there's an Entomb. Dayquaza's threatened, but he just drops the bunker and he creates some space for him to back away. Not big. Not that big of a deal at all. How does a team join this league? It's not, well, it's a tournament series. I know Like Heroes Lounge and NGS, those are leagues. This is a tournament series for prizing. It's through Calder's Discord, so probably exclamation bracket gets you over to the Liquipedia. There's still 2 more qualifiers if you'd like to play in those. But it's we're in qualifiers for this tournament series right now. Hanzo poking in here and there. Still has to get... Who's he missing here? Oh, wait, hold on. The fight's breaking out and needs to hit Blaze. Okay, cool. Entomb on Davalo was pretty good right there. Divine Shield is an answer. The arrow goes wide. Nano Boosted Mephisto zones the enemy back. A couple Skull Missiles being thrown out. Level 13 is going to be that Adhorib Skull, which is going to be some decent damage. Only 25 stacks on the Unyielding Power. Leorc's the one to go down. Jet Propulsion from Blaze will connect onto Make, as this is a Mephisto, able to get the shit of Mephisto out, but will he be able to live? He taps the well and gets smacked by the Blaze. Vala picks up her 100th stack of Creed of the Hunter. She's at 2% bonus attack speed, plus that 25% auto attack speed as well. Or I guess bonus hatred damage, excuse me. 2% bonus hatred damage. Oh, he can mix up the 2 stats there. Sorry, close something on my other monitor. Alrighty, well, Punisher grabbed. 6-1 in kills. Vala keeps the hatred up off the sidewalls here. Diablo Shadow charges onto a minion, overpowers onto X-Ray, who just answers back with a heck load of damage. So, Gloom 13, Ursitating Spines 13 for the Anubarak. Maiev and Leorc in bottom lane are having a little bit of a discussion here. Max Passion very healthy. Vala in top lane pushing up with the Punisher. In mid lane, Dayquaza soaking up for 16 talent here. I think they're trying to collapse onto Leorc, and they're gonna not find him. I think he's gonna give them the slip. He's going to show in that mid lane wave, but yeah, Vala pushes up the Punisher. Max Passion, I don't know. He's got the Wraith Walk out, but he's going the wrong way. He's going the wrong way. Vala gets the kill. Bottom lane fort goes down. The Swedish pensioners are just absolutely falling apart here. It's 7-1 in kills. Granted, I will say this, Space Goops have had a couple games to be warmed up. They're hot, and they're hot and practiced. Nubarak looks for Make here, as he's unable to land the Burrow Charge, and Paler Camp's still pushing in. Next Punisher, Arcane in the bottom lane. Still 16 talent tier advantage. Leorc will respawn in the mid lane. He's going to show on minimap, so they know it's a 4v5. Jet Propulsion goes in from the Blaze, trying to find some damage onto the Diablo, but does not get the stun as the Impaler Camp continues to rain in spears, and this keep front gate has gone down. Now, they don't need to keep pushing in here, as they've taken down the keep front gate. The anticipation is that Space Goofs get the Punisher, and they can play off the Punisher jump with the Nubarak burrowing in onto that target. And they don't have the gate to block anyone from advancing in further. You're not isolating yourself from the allied team, as Vala can then jump on in and help out as well. But until then, gonna see some camps grab, gonna see some safe play, and also maybe a gank setup, because there's really not a lot to do on the map. Actually, this camp is up in 15, so probably see this grab soon. Maybe an invade onto this Bruiser camp, but it's 16s on both sides. Anubarak will set up in the bush, Blaze over here as well. Okay. 30 stacks on Mephisto's Skull Missile and Yielding Power, level 1. Hanzo's done with his level 1. Vala at 111 stacks. Let's actually cycle through the other numbers here if you're curious about the damage, healing experience in this later game of map number 1 in the lower bracket final. Grand Finals coming up next, by the way. It's a best-of-5 series. First map will be Braxis Holdout. Danger pings, danger pings, danger pings. Diablo Shadow charges in. Camp is immediately tagged or fully channeled. Containment Disc goes fishing for Make. Doesn't land the doesn't connect, and that'll be... Oh, wait. We do have an Entomb connecting. Blaze gets the bunker just as Diablo Shadow charges in. All right, there's the Shrine for bottom lane. Could be game-winning for the side of Space Goose. Swedish Pensioners, well, they got even talent here. It's not even levels. They find a Dayquaza. Is it an easy kill onto Blaze? Absolutely, but Jaina drops a Rain of Vengeance. Banana's going to take a heckload of damage. X-Ray! No way, X-Ray! I think I saw 11, maybe 6 HP. Anubrak gets the Divine Shield from Uther. Leoric Wraith walks in. He's still going to go down. Diablo Shadow charges onto Vala. She's able to vault away. The Lightning Breath coming out as well. Containment Disc is the answer to stop that fiery flame. Top lane. How's the RNG? Looks pretty good so far. So Vala's saved. She had like I think she should have died twice in that, but I don't think this will be an objective phase picked up by Space Goofs. Unless, I mean, Mephisto's going to show in mid lane, so this is 3v3 around the objective area. There's no Ana for healing. Stun, big damage onto Leoric as Diablo does not get the wall bang. X-Ray is able to kind of hug the side there. Vigorous Vaulter finished out as the level 20's picked up. Farflight Quiver for Vala is grabbed. She's got that extra range at max hatred, and extra range baseline. Diablo gonna shadow charge in, but keep in mind it's Manticore, and if you let X-Ray sit here and just auto you, you are going to die. Uther wants to chase in. Yasuo getting a little bit low here. Mephisto jumping in. Ana back into the mix. That's gonna be Endurance of Fate connecting onto the Vala. Uther will go down. He's got some Ghost Heals. The Maiev Umbral Bind will save Vala from getting jumped onto, but this Punisher is gonna be picked up by the members of Swedish Pensioners as Dayquaza kind of floats, rotates in here, but that'll be some damage onto the fort. I don't think they actually lose the fort in bottom lane. Unfortunately, the RNG did not work out for the Fallen Shaman, or maybe someone cleared it out. I was a little focused on the fight. Punisher, 66%, but they want to go back into the team fight over here. 20 talent tier advantage. Leoric is going to Wraith Walk out. Vala's got the chase potentially, and she decides not. Or she decides to. Yeah, bottom fort's going to be saved. Blaze is just tanking some damage here. Brack in the bush. There's an Entomb from Leoric. That's answered by a Rain of Vengeance. Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo connects into a few. X-Ray getting really low. The Lightning Breath activated. The Divine Shield comes out just in time. The Endurance of Fate will connect onto the Anubrak as Max Passion's low, and Sai will be picked off. But no, wait, no, Sai's didn't die? What? Okay, Hanzo does get the snipe right there. Anubrak pops the rewind, trying to take down Gia in a trade, but it seems like Leoric and Maiev are the trade here. Ooh-wee, chat. What a game number one. Swedish Pensioners clawing their way back towards the end. Or I guess, in this late game. Frozen Punisher coming up next in the top lane, 5 to 10 in kills. And no forts have fallen on the side of Space Goofs. They have Maiev up in 25. Leoric has cheated a bit of death. He's up in 15, maybe less than that if he lands the drain right here. Hellgate in, Endurance of Hate thrown out as well. Hellgate's the big cooldown. That's like, what, 2 minutes? No, it's 100 seconds, almost 2 minutes. Follow gets a couple autos over the wall. She has not died still, so full Gambit and 158 stacks, so that's 3%. There's an Entomb onto Vala. Leoric is going to try and Wraith Walk around that, but the Entomb expires. Buried alive, level 20. Top lane crashing right here. Bullseye, by the way, buried alive. Nano Infusion for the Ana. We have the Hellgate from Diablo and Mimic on Mephisto, who does finish out as level 1. Cocoon onto Ana on the left-hand side as Anubrak will be slept. Mephisto tries to break her out quite quickly as Diablo's getting chunked here. His souls will be expended, and he will be respawning in a few seconds here. Uther a little bit low. Dayquaza, and does he have a bunker? He's able to jet propulsion away. Max Passion with the Wraith Walk in. He's looking for some slows. Dayquaza, there's no Divine Shield for 80 seconds. Dayquaza might go down here unless Max Passion is pulled away. Hanzo gets the snipe with max range. Blaze and Leoric are traded as the Mephisto. Endurance of Hate can't go fishing for an enemy. Mephisto jumping in once again. Make gets dropped down to about 20% HP. Sleep Dart finds the Anubrak, but an immediate reawakening on him from Hanzo's damage. X-Ray was hearthing maybe for mana. Cancels it looks like. And now we'll be actually hearthing out. As I mentioned, Frozen Punisher coming up in the top lane. Should be announced fairly soon, actually. Had a bit of time since the last Punisher was active. So some siege to be attempted by Swedish pensioners. They take down one tower. Nubrak throws an impale. Checking really quickly for anyone wondering, Nubrak does have rewind off of cooldown. Ana Nana boost up in 3 seconds. Mephisto has Endurance of Hate. Hanzo Dragon's Arrow up in 1. Uther Divine Shield up in 20 seconds. Uther level 20, by the way, is Redemption. Is it off cooldown? I honestly don't know. It is off cooldown. Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Could be the Punisher that keeps this game going for Swedish pensioners. It could be the Punisher that ends for Space Goofs. Leoric starting out gets a lot of these skeletal defenders. We have an immediate initiation from Diablo. Blaze on the bottom left is going to dive onto Banana, who does go down immediately. Containment disc onto Diablo as the Lightning Breath will continue once he's out of that. Divine Shield applied to Maiev. Uther's the one to go down, but as I mentioned, he's got Redemption off a cooldown. Mephisto is going to be picked off here, and Diablo is going to Hellgate in. X-rays the target, gets some healing here and there. Yasu, does he have enough ghost heals? Does he have enough heals right now? Skog is going to just try and take down X-Ray, but just can't. The Fire Stomp, got to be careful of that one right there. Don't want to line up into the wall either. You see the retreat ping. Diablo going in onto the Vol. The Jet Propulsion from the Blaze does connect, and that is a Stream Deck.
Team kill!
Stream Deck, you were a little late, but that's okay. We have Leoric cheating a bit of death. Ana on 22 seconds. Meanwhile, Mephisto 30, 50 on Diablo. Bottom lane keep is already taking a ton of damage from these catapults. They actually move in through mid lane, take down the bottom lane keep, and this will be game number 1 in our lower bracket final going over to the side of Space Goofs. They really mop the floor with this enemy team. Another Rain of Vengeance onto Leoric here. X-Ray has got these autos. Vaults out of the anticipated Entomb. Currently have the core starting to fall. X-Ray at max hatred outranges this core right now, and oh, Ana maybe gonna go down. No, X-Ray I think just wants to end. Nope, they get the kill. They definitely get the kill. Vaulting around here as well. No death. Oh, it was Death Dealer level 4. What am I thinking? No one even corrected me in chat. How surprising. Okay. All right. Well, that was a series of events that unfolded in front of our eyes. And yeah, Mephisto Mimic level 20 with the Adhorrid Skull. Hitting enemy hero with Skull Missile grants 25% spell power for 6 seconds. Skull Missile deals 40% more damage to heroes under 50%.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh, that is a good use of that, Ton, because it doesn't apply to me. Absolutely, I agree. I'm surprised no one used that when I died to Margot with like, I think Margot had like, I don't know, 1 auto attack left on him. By the way, the Elden Ring replaythrough is so much fun right now. It's vanilla, it's nothing special, but it's just fun. We're doing bow with some sword and magic. I gotta find a good bow. I need to do some Elden Ring research here and figure out a good bow to use that I can scale up early. Also just have to farm all the goddamn thin beast bones. I think I spent like 10 minutes on Friday just farming thin beast bones at the end of the stream. Baylor Camp and such will be making their way to the core. 24% remains. Are they just running at them to try and deny any sort of backs and let the minion wave end the game? It kind of seems like that's going to be the case. The fight will break out. Punisher's on top lane keep, 1%. The Punisher expires. That's going to be an arrow from Hanzo going wide as the Entomb. Excuse me, the Containment Disc will be applied to Leoric. He's got a Wraithwalk still active. Is there an Entomb onto 2? Absolutely, but this is going to be Leoric split from his allies, and Nubrak is split from his as well. Hellgate to close the distance, and this is such a wildly... Well, I keep saying split. Minion wave wins. GG's. The fight just had to get delayed. That's all they needed to do. They just had to delay out the fight. They managed to do that. I guess not really the fight. They managed to delay the backs, slow down the enemy from getting to their core. I think Anubarak was quite literally running at the core at that point towards the end. Nicely done! And that was all because Maiev delayed out that Impaler camp bottom lane. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back into the Banshee Cup lower bracket finals. On the left-hand side, it is going to be the Swedish Pensioners. On the right is going to be the Space Goofs. This is the best 3 series with the Meta Madness style of draft. Thank you all so much for joining me. I know there's a lot of places you can be watching Heroes of Storm. I know there's a lot of content you can be watching on Twitch, but I really appreciate all of you hanging out with me here. And I hope you are having a great day. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow if you'd like to support the stream further. It's always much appreciated if you're watching on the YouTube side of things. Every little bit of support helps, so liking and subscribing, I believe that actually pushes, liking videos I think pushes them out to more people, but subscribing gets you daily content, because I do upload 1 video per day at 9 a.m. my time. So there was a Banshee Cup qualifier number 3, day number 1, match number 1 just went up 25 minutes ago. All that good stuff, exclamation YouTube and chat, but thank you all for being here. Thanks for being amazing, and I appreciate you all greatly as we get into Towers of Doom, map number 2. What's up, Elite Sparkle? How you doing? Is that snow? Indeed it is. I have a very surly man sitting on my roof currently dumping asbestos in front of my window so that way it looks beautiful for you all outside. Lucio Hogger banned away. Alright, so none of those two. Dahaka is up and available if a team wants to get rid of him, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, gonna get rid of Brightwing. Okay, get rid of the global. Genji Anduin is still up, so if someone wants to do like a Light Bomb, Swift Strike Light Bomb combo, that is available as well. What are we gonna be banning out here? Tyrael was banned last game. Oh, Sylvanas makes a lot of sense with the push potential from her. But still, there's still great siege potential from so many different characters, like Cho'Gall. But you cannot first pick Cho'Gall because you need 2 slots. So they'll go ahead and grab themselves a Dahaka. Not too surprised by that. What are Space Goofs gonna be looking for? How do they want to play this? So Dahaka's already announced with the solo lane, so you could go Malthael, you could go Zool, Leorc's already been played. We see D.Va from time to time. I don't hate the idea of a Zool for the double soak or a Malthael. They do a pretty good job of clearing the wave and pressuring Dahaka. You're already subscribed to my YouTube channel, but are you subscribed with your other Google accounts? Are you subscribed with all of your Google accounts? Rhaegar Tyrael on the right-hand side. I wonder if they're going to be leaning into a Sergeant Hammer composition for Space Goofs. I wonder if they will consider Sergeant Hammer for this team, for this draft. Surly Asbestos Man. Asbestos Man is my stripper name. Is it really? That's an interesting stage name. Genji Johanna, I feel like this is just an easy Anduin ban, is it not? Is it not just an easy Anduin ban immediately? Makes sense. Okay. There's no way the Swedish Pensioners thought they were gonna get that, so that they had to have been mentally accepting, okay, we're not going to get Anduin, so they have to have something in mind for this playstyle. What's up, Lazy Hydra? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Maybe, I honestly ban the hammer here. You're going to get rid of Yrel. Different hammer. Different hammer, but it's still a hammer-ish ban. Asbestos Man was your favorite supervillain? From what? Okay. So no Yrel. As I said, I still like a Malthael or a Zool for the double soak. I think they're really, really strong on a map like this, especially Zool with his summonables. Hypercarry Cassia, okay. Because the last pick is going to be something to do, something into the solo lane. Could be Vikings. They could Vikings this. Not sure if they have a Vikings player, but Vikings could be the grab for Space Goofs. How do you know I have more than one Google account? Because, like, everybody has more than one Google account. I have 3. I used to have 4 back when I worked at Wisdom, but I have 3. I had my, like, general account I made long ago, and then when I was applying for jobs, I made, like, a professional email, and then I have my streamer email. So, I got 3. Chromie Malfurion. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I feel like Swedish pensioners can take us to a map 3 with this.
Where will we end up this time?
That seems expected. Great Sunday now that I got Baha on. Thank you. Thank you for the kindness. I appreciate it greatly. Y'all have been very nice to me today. Thank you. Chad, all I want to know is just what is love? And or do you believe in a thing called love? Any spooky worms in chat? What's up, Strobs? I can't apply to a job with an email at ieatcatsmeow@gmail.com. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Baha, don't hurt me. I will do my best not to. Looks like there's a pause immediately. PPGia. All right, well, we'll start out the prediction and stuff once we have the players in here. How about that? We will wait, introduce the teams. Baha, don't worm me. Don't worm me no more. Squirrel! Dude. That, like, the snow on the fence line. Oh my god. There's so much goddamn snow. And there's so much more to come. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I get to use the snow blower, and then Bandit and I are gonna go hang out and walk up and down the street because there's no way in hell I'm doing the whole walk today. I ain't walking a mile in that. And then I get to shovel the deck, and then I get to repeat that 4 more times. Ah, dude, I love a good snowstorm. I made a pot of chili. I got some beers. I got a movie night planned, movie day, so long as I have power. And I need another cup of tea after this. All the caffeine, chat. Also, I need to be able to stay awake as long as possible today so I can fix my sleep schedule for the week. Because if I end up going to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, what ends up happening is I end up waking up like 5-ish tomorrow morning, and then I haven't really fixed my sleep schedule. Oh, Zarya has DC'd completely. Almost all of our snow here in southern Michigan is melted now. We just have the ugly cookies and ice. Yeah. My parents were telling me that they're going out there's a bunch of metro parks is what they call them. They're parks in the Metro Detroit area. And so there's one that they like to go to and like walk around and stuff. And they were telling me, they're like, yeah, on Sunday we're going to go there and walk around, and then we're going to go to like this place and go get food. And I'm like, is it going to be warm or something? Like, what's going on? Beer, beans, and bandit. Yes. Also, so this is my movie list. I haven't decided the movie order yet, but in no particular order, the movie marathon list is Vampire Kiss, Super Troopers, Suicide Squad, the good one as I noted, Wallace and Gromit Classics, and the new Spider-Man movie. The animated one on Netflix. I have not seen it. I haven't seen that one, and I've heard like amazing things about it, so I'll watch that, I guess. You have one account for pretty much everything. That's a lot of accounts. Like, you have one account per thing. So, like, one PlayStation account, one Steam account, one Battle.net account. That's a lot of accounts, Heretic. You know, you could take every single one of those accounts, and you could subscribe to the YouTube with that, and we could maybe be at 1,000 subs. I picked up a portable hole. Yeah. Aperture Science Labs just hired me. I'm really excited to go work for them. Nothing could go wrong, right? We have got a bunch of readies. Let's get into this. All right. Looks like the internet is. We'll see how it is. I had a couple little wobbles right there, but on the right-hand side we have Space Goofs. Dayquaza will be playing your Lost Vikings. Eric Baylog and Olaf. Sai is on Cassia. We've got Play on Tyrael. Yasu will be your Zarya. Next ray is going to be Rhaegar. Left-hand side of the map, the Swedish Pensioners. Max Passion on Dahaka. We've got a Make Malfurion. Gia on Genji. Banana, Chromie, and Skog will be your Johanna. Go ahead and check out the level 1s here. We'll start up our prediction in just a moment here. So if you were waiting for the prediction, it should be happening in the next minute or so. So get ready. Looks like I've got some lag here on my end, so I do apologize. Nothing I can really do about it. Unfortunately, I don't really have any other streams or anything open, so it is what it is. This happened yesterday to us. The only thing we can do is restart the client after this game, which we did right before this, so not sure what the issue is, but it's rearing its ugly face once again. Dayquaza will not lose a Viking in top lane to the Dahaka. But either way, we're going to go ahead and start up our prediction. Which team is going to win? Towers of Doom, chat. Get your gambles in. And if you don't see the gamble in chat, be sure to refresh your stream. We have pre-roll and ads off, so you should not get anything by refreshing the stream. The new Spider-Man is great as long as you don't get motion sickness from screens or have epilepsy. Oh. Motion sickness, not usually, but, you know, sometimes... Oof. You know what I will say? There's that one movie with Sandra Bullock, I think it is, where she's, like, in space and she's, like, trying to get out back to Earth, and, like, George Clooney's ghost saves her or helps her. That movie has a part where she's literally flipping over and over and over again in space, and it's through her vision. And that was the one time I almost left a theater because it was just like I was getting so nauseous I couldn't handle it. Also, I had drank beer, so that didn't help either. But either way, the fight in bottom lane, Condemn from Skog, lands a nice little punish onto the enemy, but no subdue level 4, so no subdone. Gravity, yes, Gravity. Gravity has that one part in the beginning of the movie where it's like the camera's just spinning for like, it felt like 5 minutes, but it was probably closer to like 2. One Viking will be lost in top lane, as I said before. I apologize for any lagginess. It's out of my control. There's literally nothing I can do about it other than restarting the client after this game. Maybe we can close that. I don't think it's going to affect it, but we can close BattleNet, and that'll help out a wee bit. Triple Altar Phase, first objective of the map. We'll see how this works out. Gia jumps in. Shuriken Mastery level 4. Sorry, I was trying to find the Genji talents at the bottom of my screen. Lurker Strain, Dahaka. We've got some odds on these two teams. Thank you all for the gambles. I appreciate it greatly. And Gia, we got a little bit of a slideshow, so once again, thanks for dealing with it, chat. Not sure the reasoning for this, but I don't know. Maybe it's about that time for me to just do a full restall of Heroes of Storm. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Not sure why it just started up randomly, and also why it happened so significantly like halfway through the day. I guess not really halfway. It's only 9:30 in the morning. But our first objective will be traded in the top lane area. That's going to be a big lag spike. We have Make trying to back away. X-Ray's trying to dive in on the Rhaegar, and he will be taken down here on the left-hand side of our screen. The deflect activated, but Genji will still be taken down. Tyrael going in for the channel. We'll throw the Eldruin's Might out as Max Passion takes a fend to the face. Dayquaza on one of the Vikings trying to get the channel here for that extra 4 shots. Chromie gets a delay with one of her Sandblast. Did go deep breathing level 1 as Dahaka in top lane burrows after the fend comes through. Does not go down. We do have decent damage onto Cassia. She's rooted and she's booted. Meanwhile, Olaf gets the channel uninterrupted. No, he is interrupted by the Chromie damage or the Moonfire from Malfurion. Either way, a subjective phase might be channelable by the side of the Swedish Pensioners here in map number 2. of our best of 3 lower bracket final. Loser takes 3rd place, winner goes on to the grand finals up next, which the grand finals will be a best of 5.
This realm and mine alone. Hero slain.
We'll just have to restart our game after this, and hopefully that fixes it for the next map or the next series. 8 to 7 currently. Well, it's like 8 to just about level 8. I'll cycle through those other numbers, get an idea of what the damage healing experience looks like. Chromie's already got her level 10. It's going to be the Temporal Loop, as there will be a cleanse onto Sai. Cassia doing her best to back away. The Sappers may be being pushed in through this bottom lane. The Iron Skin activated by the Johanna. Condemn pulls in a few enemies right here. There's going to be Chromie finishing out Deep Breathing level 1. Genji jumps in with the Cybernetic Agility to get that spell armor. As Tahaka's going to brush talk into the flank position. The Sappers, I think one of them did run in. There's a drag connecting onto Tyrael, but I think he's going to get the Eldruin's Might out just fine. Big blind from Cassia attempted with a Surge of Light. And that's the end of the engagement, as our Vikings will soak things up. We didn't really check this, and I'm curious. Viking globes are at 16, so when our stats are done, we'll curious if the talent tracker at the bottom of the screen is tracking Viking globes properly. And once again, nothing I can really do about the framiness. Apologize, everyone. Thanks for sticking through it with me. If you didn't, heck you. If you didn't stick through, heck you. But you're not here, so you don't know. Haha. Rhaegar jumps out, little particle grenades being thrown here and there, some lightning furies from Cassia as well. We've got Dequaza with one of the Vikings in the bush on the bottom side, probably going to rotate Eric in for the channel here, absolutely will, while the rest of the team defends. Zones, Banana, 1 delay with some Sandblast, 10 talent here, fully here for the side of the Swedish Pensioners. Dragon Blade, Isolation, Blessed Shield, Tranquility for Malfuri, and on the opposing side, they get their 10s. Ball, Lightning, play again, Expulsion Zone, Sanctification, and this... Ancestor Healing, sorry. Blessed Shield from Johanna goes out. There's an Expulsion Zone. Ancestor Healing cast onto Rhaegar, who does get back into the Sanctification. Max Passion lands a drag onto Rhaegar. Tranquility activated by Make. There's a huge grouping from the Condemned, sorry. And I thought Subdue would have been finished out right there, but this is going to be 4 more shots into the core of Space Goofs, as Swedish Pensioners are making a case for a map number 3 in this best of 3 lower bracket final.
And it will not be stolen from me.
Nicely done. Like, really nicely done right there. 4-2 in kills, favoring the side of our Swedish Pensioners. Vikings are still pulling in that experience. Looks like the Viking Horde is not being tracked correctly, so if you are wondering. Currently 22 stacks. There's no multiplier for this. I think it just does not track correctly, so... I wonder if it's tracking, like, how many globes one of the specific Vikings has picked up and not the total of all the Vikings pickups. I wonder if that's the case. But I don't work on video games, so I don't know anything. That's just a guess. That's just a shot in the dark. 1 Viking to go down in the mid lane. Olaf will be picked off. We've got 3 Sappers maybe pushed into bottom right now. Yeah, there's that Surge of Light. After taking 1001 damage, Avoidance is active. Cassia Avoidance, you can activate for 339 damage. Tyrael looking to pressure into the enemy team's face, but it does not seem like much is going to be had in a team fight-wise. Genji jumps into mid lane, trying to poke at an Eric, but the hurry up was activated. Genji Shuriken Mastery is done. Dahaka Enhanced Agility is already is at 7 stacks out of the 10. Chromie Deep Breathing, as I mentioned before, is finished out. Singular Altar in the center of the map could be 4 shots into enemy cores. Into either cores, realistically. Could be a 32-28 game, or could be 36-24. Swedish Pensioners could continue dominating here as barriers are being activated by Zarya, building up some more energy.
Take the altars and put in
We got
end to
Eric the Swift level 4, so good harassment from that. Dahaka with the brushstock flank, 13 talent tier advantage to the side of the Swedish Pensioners, as Zarya is going to be hit with a Temporal Loop. The Sanctification comes down from the Tyrael, but Genji with the Dragon Blade is just mopping up this fight right now. Finds the kill on Rhaegar, finds the kill on Zarya. Tyrael does go down. He gets about 2 or 3 seconds off his death timer, and it's going to be a quadra kill to the side of Swedish Pensioners, and they will get these 4 shots in easily.
Bring down the Gravekeeper's core.
And while that channel happens, we have bottom lane being shoved in as well, and Swedish Pensioners will be able to take down this fort easily. Bell Tower converted in their favor. Dahaka pushes up mid lane. Max Passion just gets to do the PvE game. Top to mid rotations keep stacking up against these Vikings. Did go into Primal Swarm level 13 for the armor debuff. 10 armor debuff to enemies by 0.75 seconds, or 4.75 seconds. Oh, I have no tea left, so I have nothing to drink. Oopsies. Condemned starts out the fight. Blessed Hammer's activated as well. Zarya throwing in some particle grenades. The camp on the left-hand side will be grabbed as well. And that's the end of the engagement. No actual advancement further into the enemy team's face, as we do get 16 talent here slowly to the side of Swedish Pensioners, and Genji gets a kill on one of the Vikings. That's a little extra experience, bolstering that 16 talent here. 2-level lead to our blue squad, as the Sappers are going to be fed into the bottom lane fort. Temporal Loop, a Viking goes down to Genji in mid lane. The Sanctification activated by the Tyraels. The Expulsion Zone zones back the enemy for just a moment here. Johanna still looking to step in. Sapper's still available. Make activates the Tranquility, getting some good heals to the allies. There's going to be a huge condemn. No subdue finished out right there. Kind of surprising with that huge condemn onto 4 enemy heroes. And the Sapper camp will be cleared out. And the bottom lane fort will remain in control of the Swedish Pensioners, while a double objective phase is coming up here. Could be 10 shots into the Swedish Pensioners core, but typically this right side is not going to be grabbed. Granted, it is 16 talent to your advantage. So delaying out with Dahaka is not too crazy. Max Passion's got to be a little careful. I'm assuming he's got a full bar of Essence ready to go, and we can check that for you if you are wondering. He's got 50 Essence. Dequazi gets the channel on the right. Zarya is going to be taken down by the Nexus forces in bottom lane. Johanna gets that kill. 3 to 5 in the trade. Boss is up and available, but of course you never get boss unless it's game ending. Never ever. Little shield glare here, little lightning fury there. Still no 16 talent here for Space Scoops, as the mid lane fort is being pressured by Genji and Dahaka. Shin Gun level 13 is going to help with that extra damage, extra siege damage. Oh, Cassia, there's going to be a ball lightning out from her. She's going to go down to the Chromie snipe. Ball lightning will bounce from player to player here. A little bit of poke damage from Chromie onto X-Ray. We're 12 minutes in, so the structures have been upgraded to keeps, as we have the center teleport opened up and available, so you can now see these are all going to be upgraded to keep value and nomenclature. In the bottom lane, Zarya is going to be killed. Blessed Shield sets up that kill. We have a Baylog to go down as well. There is a consideration for a Hearth, and decides, maybe, you know what? We can still defend here in the bottom lane. Dahaka works on top lane. I actually like this. They have this mid fort really, really low, so they could try and convert this just before the objective phase spawns. So they could look for that 6 shot. And there's Genji trying to dive in. Earth Grasp Totem thrown down. Zarya considering her level 16 still. Still trying to figure out what she wants to do at level 16. As Dahaka in top lane pushes things up a little bit. Genji jumps into mid. There's going to be the mid fort to go down. Can they take down this bottom lane keep before the objective phase? Cassia has got enough damage. Totem from Rhaegar eats a couple shots. Tyrael tries to steal this away. It's not going to work out. Temporal Loop onto him. Ball Lightning from Cassia goes out. Sanctification activated as well from the Tyrael. We got Genji on the left, Dahaka on the right. That's going to be 6 shots into the enemy core, because Zarya did not get the bottom lane just yet converted. Genji jumps over to the right-hand side in this top area. The Vikings have to jump up as well. They've got play again. No, they don't. Not for 43 seconds. That's going to be 1 Viking dead. Genji actually chases on to Eric, and yeah. Five shots from Dahaka, so it's 11 in total currently. Another Genji kill onto a Viking. We have the bell tower and bottom up and available. Sko getting very low. The temporal loop, I thought I saw that activated on someone, but no, it's on a 4-second cooldown still. Sai getting really low on this Cassia. Is there any sort of artillery? X-Ray actually cancels the channel to get the heal out. There's going to be a temporal loop onto Cassia this time. Chromie's zoned away. Dahaka and Genji have rotated down here, and that's an immediate kill onto Cassia. Gia with the Dragon Blade active, and Tyrael and... Anyways, so Tyrael goes down. We will see the Zarya picked off as well. A lone Viking chilling in the Hall of Storms, but this is going to be 5 shots in the enemy core, and Dahaka's brush talking to boss. This is going to be potentially... Unless the Vikings can make the most crazy play on the face of the planet. This is GG, map number 2 over to the side of the Swedish Pensioners. And we're going to have a map 3 draft coming at you in just a few moments. Nicely done. The Viking composition doesn't come through. 17-2 in kills. And Johanna sacrifices herself for the greater good. All right, it's a 1-1 score between these two teams. Winner after this next map goes on to the grand finals. We got some good games, chat. Hope you're all having a good time. If you are enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow. If you'd like to support the stream further, it's always much appreciated. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back into Tomb of the Spider Queen. My name is Bahamut. We have got the Swedish Pensioners on the left-hand side, and on the right it is going to be the members of Space Goose. We are here in the lower bracket finals. Winner of this goes on to the grand finals coming up next. Excuse me. Currently in a best-of-3 series. Best of 5 is up next, so if you're looking forward to that best of 5, it's right around the corner after this map on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And the first map in that best of 5 grand finals will be Braxis Holdout. So exciting stuff. We get to see a Braxis game. We'll see what kind of interesting and fun drafts will be picked up for that. Maybe we'll get a best of 5 that goes 5 maps, because that would be a good time. Also, that's a lot of good content for us. So let's see what we got here. So 20 heroes are unavailable, since it's the Meta Madness style of draft. So the 10 heroes from the map 1, 10 heroes from the map 2 are unavailable for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Yeah, get some spooky worms in chat. Let's just get a whole lot of spooky worms in chat. Urel, Hogger, Sylvanas, and Lucio will be banned out. Okay, what do you want to start this map with? Johanna's been played. I believe Diablo's been played, I think. I don't know if a Nubrak is up and available yet for this one. Out the gate, Stukov. Okay. Look at all those. Look at all those cute little spooky worms. Look at them go. They've got a place to be, and they'll eventually get there. I need to know where Dragon Keeper is, man. I haven't seen Dragon Keeper in a couple weeks, and Dragon Keeper would be the one person that actually lose their mind over the spooky worm. Muradin Anduin. Alright, so good CC baseline. Stormbolt, Chastise. You've got Light Bomb, Doubtful Haymaker, but you never know. We have had a Haymaker here and there in this tournament. Okay, what I need you to pick up is a solo laner and like a mage. And then you can pick up Cho'Gall here on the side of Space Goose. Just saying. Like, you've already got the draft priority for it. That is a very... Okay. Medivh, Garrosh, Stukov. That shows literally nothing of your draft. Okay. Honestly, ban the Jaina? I'm trying to think of, like, what mage plays off of Mephisto, Medivh here really good. And, like, Ring of Frost off of the Leyline Sea would be huge. And Jaina's just really good in general, but it seems like Greymane will be banned. Why? I mean, they still need a solo laner. They're not going to hyper carry Greymane, in my opinion. I feel like it's going to be a mage on the side of Space Goofs. Is Max Passion going to get his OP Kael'thas here? Artist makes emote and viewer disappears. I know, right? Well, Dragon like shows up for 2 or 3 days every month. And that's probably just their work schedule and stuff like that. Dragon Keeper shows up like a couple times, like for like 1 week, Dragon Keeper will show up for like a couple days consistently and then just disappear. It happens. It happens. Not everyone watches every single stream, so I understand. I just do my best to make fun content for you all. I don't hate the Gul'dan. It's a lot of good wave clear on the side of Space Goofs. Junkrat, Chen, Muradin, Anduin. Oh, is it? It's not a hyper carry Junkrat, is it? No, they could go into like a Li Ming or something. All right. Colossal Smash variant. That's exactly what I meant. That's exactly what I said, chat. I said Falstad. That was exactly what I said. Predicted it easily. Oh, me too, Strobs. Me too. Hope you're having a good Sunday, bud. Hope you're all having a good Sunday. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. And I appreciate you all being here. Let's get into map number 3, Tomb of the Spider Queen, lower bracket final. One of these teams is going to the grand finals up next. One of these teams is going to cry all the way home. You tried. I do my best. I do my best. I don't get it right every day, but I do my best. So long as we can full-time stream, feed the good boy, pay my bills, we'll continue providing you some awesome streams. So every little bit of support helps a ton, if you'd like to do so. On the left-hand side of Tomb of the Spider Queen, we have got the Swedish Pensioners, Make playing your Anduin, Banana on the Junkrat, Gia Falstad, Max Passion, Chen, and we'll have an AFK Muradin to be played by Skoog. On the right side for Space Goofs, play on your Garrosh, Dequaza Zool. Sai will be Medivh, Yasu Gul'dan, and X-Ray on the Stukov. Your draft is Candy. Your draft is where's the bet? We start the bet a few seconds into the game. That way you can see level 1s, you can see the first engagement, because there is a delay on stream, so I delay out the bet always, so that way people can make a judgment based on the few first moments here, not when I'm just introducing teams. Flying kick in. Little fell flames thrown up by Gul'dan. Did go into Echoed Corruption level 1. Medivh already on 5 stacks. Groundbreaker, Warbreaker for Garrosh. Lurking Arm, Low Blow for Stukov. Backlash Zool on the opposing side, and it will be the level 1 Power Word Shield. We'll also have Junkrat going into extra wound timers. Yeah, Muradin with the block at level 1. Chen Freshest Ingredients, and Falstad gonna go auto attack build. Concussion Mine onto Dequaza might split him away. Chastise will connect, but he's gonna be ally tossed out by the Garrosh. All right, let's start up that prediction. Ladies and gentlemen, get your gambles in. 2 minutes to do so. 2 minutes, get your gambles in. That tea is way too hot to drink, and if I do, I will burn my tongue, and then the chili later will be miserable. Deve's got scouting for his allies. He's able to scout out that the enemy's on that camp right there. All right, 10K on the Space Goofs. We got some big numbers on that immediately. Gia's going to get tossed out of position. Lurking Arm from the Stukov, as well as the Bone Prison from Zool. Sets up the kill. First blood over to the side of Space Goofs. All right, we got odds, and that's always the most important thing. Deep trying to poke out here and there. Junkrat Concussion Mine splitting. I do apologize for any framiness. That is just nothing I can do about it. From my understanding, knock on wood, my internet is running absolutely fine. It is just my connection to the EU server, because I live on the west coast of the United States, so I currently have a ping of 378. Shout out to everyone who goes, hey, you should just play Storm League. Play Storm League on EU. Oh, yeah, I'd love to click and then wait 3 seconds to actually have my character go that direction. That sounds like a good time to me, doesn't it? Don't you all love that when you click and your character doesn't respond in a hyper-response game? Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we are just going to have the Zul Chen hanging out here. Maybe there's a gank potential onto Zul. He will see a lot of these enemies in the minion wave, and he's just like, all right, cool. They're here to grab this bruiser, or excuse me, grab the siege giant camp. I'm just going to play things safe. Granted, I'm seeing Medivh, Stukov. There's a portal set up. Rotation down to bottom lane. Raven familiar as they go through the portal. Toss combo onto Max Passion, who's got a lot of stagger damage. Concussion Mine onto the point. Dayquaza's getting low here. That's 14 gems to be dropped. X-Ray is going to jump back in. Max Passion just needs to get smacked once by the Stukov, and that's going to be enough damage. But they do give over the camp here. And a kill. Or I guess they just trade. 60k on the Space Goofs. Oh, wow. Big believers on the Space Goofs. Okay. Fell Flame, continued pressure. Murden, Dwarf tosses in, looking at Medivh. 26 stacks on Medivh. 26 stacks on Medivh, Chad. Can he get out of here? Absolutely. It's always nerve-wracking when Medivh starts getting displaced all of a sudden. He's like, oh, is there going to be enough CC to take him down? Speaking of CC, we've got a root. We've got a backlash activated as well. Gia continues to auto, has the hammer gains level 4 to pick up some extra healing. Back down in bottom lane, a concussion mine will split the enemy. Murden, Dwarf tosses in. Scope very low, gets hit with a groundbreaker from Garrosh. And Max Passion's trying to create some space for Scope to back away and let the trait kick in. Concussion mine doesn't get the split they were looking for. And this is going to be pressure continuing in the bottom lane. As turn-in availability does exist to the side of Space Goops, and there's 3 gems needed for a turn-in for the Swedish pensioners. As Concussion Mine splits the Garrosh, there's a portal set up by Medivh. Can Gul'dan get through it in time? Unfortunately not. 32 stacks on Medivh's baseline Arcane Rift. Both teams have the available turn-in. Massive wave in the mid here for Falstad to clear out. He's going to get some decent stackage off those minions. 13 for the Falstad at level 1. Garrosh looking just to step in and delay out the turn-in. I think Falstad still has not turned in. Dayquaza delaying that out over here on the north side of the map. Groundbreaker goes fishing for a stack. 8 currently, so you have the 5 hero reward, but you still have another reward on top of that at the 15 mark, or when the quest is completed. As we get it closer to 10 talent tiers, let's cycle through the other numbers, get an idea what the damage healing experience looks like between both of these teams. As it's 8-8, 2-2 in kills. Both teams have an available turn-in. Neither team has summoned Webweaver. No camps available on the map. Very slight advantage, I think, to Space Goofs, because I think they got the Siege Giants earlier, but I don't think it's much at all in experience. Maybe a couple hundred experience. Concussion Mine doesn't get any sort of good pull. Max Passion jumps in with a flying kick. We do have the turn-in achieved by the Swedish pensioners. Root onto Max Passion. Backlash activated by the Zul. We do have a portal set up by Medivh to try and close the distance, but Max Passion's got the fort front gate to be able to back off and safely drink by. Medivh, by the way, didn't look at his stackage, so we'll have to take a look at that in a moment once the stats at the bottom of our screen are going to elapse, but this is our blue Webweaver phase summoned by the side of the Swedish pensioners. Falstad goes to top lane, throws up the hammering, met by a lurking arm of Stukov. Gia has to barrel roll away, portal set up, and they're going to try and chase further onto Gia. And they find the kill with Medivh. He's got to be either done or just close to finishing out that bit. Yeah, he's really close. 36 stacks currently for the Medivh on the Arcane Rift. The top lane, Webweaver cleared out. Bone Prison from Zul in the bottom lane zones. Garrosh has a portal, but he wants to just chase onto Murden currently. Medivh drops another free stack, or actually, excuse me, he picks up another free stack. Level 10 is here for both sides almost simultaneously, even though there was that extra kill for Space Goofs. And it is the Jailers finish out. You've got the Talrug's Essence. Oh, Gust, Wandering Keg, Avatar, Riptire, and Light Bomb. On the opposing side, Skeletal Mages, Decimate, Horrify, Massive Shove, and, of course, Polybomb. Just kidding, it's Leyline Seal. Who takes Polybomb? Come on now. Portal set up. They want to chase down Junkrat. He's able to get out of... Wait, is he able to get out of here? The Decimate has the slows. Banana is split, and that's a delicious Sunday here on Sunday. Dayquaza turn in. We need 5 more. Sai's got that with Medivh. And 38 stacks, by the way, on Medivh. So not done with the Arcane Rift, but dang near close to finishing it out. And then it will be time to turbo int on Medivh. There's 1 free stack right there, and it'll pick up the other one off of Muradin, I do believe. Red Webweavers will descend. Groundbreaker finished out by Garrosh. He has the full completion. There's going to be Arcane Rift finished out by Medivh as well. Red Webweavers have a huge wave in mid currently. Well, they have the camp for the spell armor, and actually that's about to expire, but a decent wave is approaching. That Sko getting displaced. We have a huge Wandering Keg from Chen to push back Yasu. Light Bomb applied to the Wandering Keg will connect onto the... No, it won't. There's going to be a Leyline Seal, and they're able to save Yasu. Massive shove. Pushes one enemy right into the fort, I do believe. Garrosh is going to tank some tower shots. Junkrat is clearing out top lane. The portal set up to try and chase down Max Passion and Skog, but there's no kill to be found. Falstad in bottom lane clears out the Webweaver here, and it seems like there was a rotation to top, but they're going to double down to bottom lane. Falstad, I don't think he's going to get ganked here, though. Actually, we've got Azul to pincer around him. Gust is used. Stukov lands the no, he doesn't even have 13, so no virulent reaction. He just lands a combo onto his Falstad, and Gul'dan does get the kill. Alright, well the Webweaver back-to-back turn availability exists for Space Scoops here. We do actually, both teams have turn in. Riptire collides onto a few enemies. Backlash activated by the Zul, stepping into Muradin. Dayquaza bopped by the Wandering Keg. Chen trying to split Dayquaza. Horrify activated by the Gul'dan as well, as we have an ally toss onto Dayquaza to get that Zul out of a precariously bad situation. Indomitable mitigates the Light Bomb. There's a toss onto Muradin, and this fight just does not expire. Yasu tanking tower shots down to 293 HP will not be picked off. Max Passion, the low blow is not enough. Is there something to deal the necessary damage onto Chen? No. But the bottom lane fort will fall. Not a whole lot of mana left on some of these red members, and I think X-Ray is going to be killed here. I don't think you can... Yeah. So 5 gems are dropped. A lot of players need to back away. Well taps are not in order, or not available. But god dang, nicely done from Swedish pensioners. Nice defense from Swedish pensioners. Space Scoops are making a case, though, that they can take us into that into that best of 5 up next. But here is the turn-in Make with almost half. Chen has 26. There's a Wandering Keg onto somebody here. Dayquaza pops the bone armor, the backlash. There's a protection from Medivh. Light Bomb does not get the stun they're looking for. Dayquaza jumps back in. There's an enemy toss. Riptire goes fishing. They clear it out before it can explode onto Dayquaza. Garrosh goes in, gets the Arcane Barrier. Decent Decimate, another portal set up to close the distance. Horrify pushes away the enemy. Skeletal Mage is summoned by the Zul. Dayquaza wants to lock down Make. Force of Will onto this Zul, who's getting a little bit low. Gul'dan's done with Echoed Corruption right now. That's going to be Junkrat falling, and then the portal set up to chase down Make as well. Matt, what? X-Ray, what? Wait, why did everyone leave? Someone will get that last auto attack onto Make, and it's not going to be anyone, actually. Taps well, and we'll be absolutely fine, but here's the thing to note. Turn into the red team as Garrosh gets that in, and here come the big bad red Webweavers. What's the priority play? Is it through bottom lane with the Siege Giants that are being grabbed by Yasu? Is it going to be top lane to open up and get the fort down for periodic catapult pressure in all 3 lanes? Let's see what the setup looks like. Okay, we wait patiently. Steel trap into the bush. No chattering teeth or anything. It's going to be Concussion Mind at 4, 7, and 13. That Ripper Air. Boom Pow at 4, and that's a Wandering Keg. Pushes Yasu into the corner. He's locked in there for a moment. Force of Will from Medivh. Leyline Seal goes out as well. Alright, so Riptire goes out. 10 seconds on Skeletal Mages. Leyline Seal was used, but he's got Temporal Flux. So if you take a look on the top right of your screen, you're going to see that cooldown go down rapidly. Mid lane Webweaver trying to take down this keep right here. Top lane fort did go down. Top lane Webweaver still very healthy as well. Very healthy with a very good wave behind it. But let's focus back in onto mid lane. It's going to be Max Passion hit with a root from Zul. Massive shove pushes Chen away. Mid keep will go down. Are they going to look to end here? No. Portal set up. They'll go to bottom lane. push up the wave here really quickly with Zool, who also summon up some skeletal minions, and the camp for mid lane grab. This is... It's Space Goofs with a really good lead here in map number 3, and it's the momentum that's just hard to kill right now. They have to make a massive mistake, and getting a kill would be pretty big for Swedish pensioners, but I don't think that's going to be in their cards right now. Murden has to activate the avatar as the Leap of Faith from Anduin does save. Wandering Keg from Chen pushes Gul'dan away, but there's no keep in mid lane, so he's not worried about it. Leyline Seal goes out from Medivh. Skog with like 300 HP wants his trait to kick in a little bit faster. Make very, very low, gets hit with the weighted posture from Stukov, and activation, I think, gets the kill. Falstad with the gust away. One of the skeletal warriors right there was chasing onto Falstad, but Chen has the clear onto that one. Anduin's dead for 26, but there's no pressure to go for core. Maybe this is a call for boss? It looks like it. Seven gems away from a turn-in for the side of Space Goofs. 16 talent to your advantage over the enemy. Anduin's about to respawn. Falstad is going to try and fly down here and get the turn-in. Medivh floating around ahead, above, just to get the portal set up for Garrosh, but he's just here to delay things out. Oh, he didn't get the portal back through. I don't know if he was looking to do that. Boss is grabbed. Falstad gets 20 in. 10 more are needed. Who's got the gems needed for the turn-in? Oopsies. Hello. Murden. Murden actually is the one that has to turn in here, unless Chen can pick up another 2 gems in lane really quickly, but Max Passion has to get leapt out by Make. Boss is colliding into the top lane keep. Portal set up to immediately assist in the boss siege. And right now, Space Goofs, they are a couple moments away from punching their ticket into the grand finals. That's going to be a dwarf leap in, a dwarf launch in for Murden with the light bomb. Leyline Seal goes out. Horrify is the answer. Top lane keep has been relieved of its life. And there is no gem. Like, they literally need a singular gem for the turn-in. But all the lanes are so far pushed in, they can't step up for it. It's suicide just to step in for that gem. Groundbreaker onto Murden. Now, I will say this. Getting a kill onto Murden or somebody would yield that gem. Portals are being set up. Gul'dan's going to grab this camp over here. We'll see Stukov working on this one for the bottom lane. Zool's going to anchor. Garrosh is going to do the same thing. Honestly, could just turn in, but I think he's just going to play it safe and just have that, because Medivh is scouting up above. Zool should get 1 delay. There's the... Oh, he's got the Echoes of Death as well. No extra delay. Do they give? Okay, looks like Webweaver given. Oh, no, it was delayed once by something. Maybe Murden canceled? Not 100% sure on that. Either way, they get it right there. Virulent reaction onto Falstad. He drops low, gets a big Desperate Prayer from Anduin. What's up, Steel? What's up, CB Steel? How you doing, bud? Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for swinging through the stream. Appreciate it greatly. 20 Talontier here in the for the defensive team. Murden. Dwarf launches in. Everybody kind of just splits and no value from the light bomb. But now it's 20 Talontier advantage. And it's actually going to be Demonic Circle for Gul'dan. No upgrade on Horrify. He's going to go Mortal Wound on the Zool for that 75% healing reduction for 4 seconds. When push comes to shove for Stukov, we've got the Deadly Calm on Garrosh, and Medivh cheats, of course, for our Medivh. Webweavers get little to no value at all. Falstad does have top lane still pushing, but mid and bottom were already cleared out. Top lane just at the fort on the left-hand side, not even on the enemy side of the map. Hope you've been doing well. Been all right. Been all right. I've had a bit of a struggle with some stream stuff, but we're hanging in there. Good old imposter syndrome and self-doubt and all that fun stuff being a streamer, but otherwise we're hanging in there. PT's been positive for us, so that's nice. Bone Prison onto this Chen, who's going to get leapt out by the Anduin. Massive shove, connects onto Skog. Looking really quickly on the Anduin cooldown. Okay, so he's got 1 charge of Leap of Faith, not sure about the other one. It's actually 59 seconds till the next, so 16 minutes in-game time, but Falstad's the one to go down to Medivh. There's a toss onto Anduin. Make self-cast the Light Bomb, connects onto a few enemy heroes. Leyline Seal, Medivh cheats, will connect onto Anduin. Riptire from Junkrat, point blank. Massive shove pushes Max Passion to the right-hand side. Make trying to back out of here. The portal set up by Medivh, and Make is going to be surrounded. Avatar from Murden is going to be activated, and Zool wants to chase in further, but he can't close the distance. Banana's going to go down to Zool. That's a lot of gems to be dropped. We have Murden picked off as well. And I do believe this is, yeah, Zool's already heading towards core. Medivh doing the same thing. This is going to be map number 3 over to the side of Space Goop. Zool's going to clear out this wave a little quickly. We have Medivh doing the same thing in mid. Actually, no. Anduin finally gets chased down to bottom lane, but the top lane wave is going to be smacked on in. Chen is going to be able to hearth out. He'll have to make the best YouTube play on the face of the planet. Falset actually respawning as well. No Wandering Keg up for the next 30 seconds. Yasu gets the portal. Massive shove as the catapults are fixated onto the core. Get it down to 66% HP. Massive shove into the Hall of Storms. Skeletal Mage is almost up as well, but yeah, this is looking done and dusted for the side of Space Goofs. They have punched their ticket to the grand finals. GG, well played. Swedish Pensioners take 3rd, and Space Goofs, oh, they're heading to the grand finals. Up next.